Welcome, Tamara. I'm so happy to have you here. And I'm so happy for everyone to be able to hear about you and your evolution and our amazing work. Can we just start for a moment of how long have we been working together? Because I don't even know.
I was thinking about this the other day. So initially, I hired you long ago. It was 2018. Okay. It was 2018 when we first started working together. And then more consistently, probably like 2021, 2022, I think, I
Yeah.
want to say. So
Yeah.
it's been some time.
Yeah. What is that, like 8 years, 7 years? Yes. So amazing. And you came to me originally for like, I wasn't even doing business coaching, for parenting coaching and helping you right after you had your second, right?
Well, the thing is, you're so brilliant at everything you do. Truly. Like, this is why I love that you're doing business now because I really benefit. But you could be a parent coach. You could just be, not just be a life coach, but life coach. Like, you are so skilled. And so, yeah, initially I came to you for parent coaching, and then it was more, like my life was kind of blowing up. And now it's very strategically around my business, and you can do it all. So that's why I keep following you and keep working with you.
My morph journey and Tamara, yeah, you've been like the OG of the OG. And I think you are the only client who has done every single program I have ever offered from when I started it. By the way,
It's very possible.
like every single, my first initial aligned, and then hustle and flow, and then embodied
Right.
leader, like you have done. And I literally created the mastermind for you because you were
Right.
like, I need this. I was like, great, I'll make an offer. I can create a group. And now like here we are years later, and like you're still in it. So okay, we'll go into all of that. It's just fun to go down memory lane. Tell us a little bit about who's Tamara. What do you did, Tamara?
Who's Tamara? So, yes, who is Tamara? So, I am a nutritionist. I'm also a somatic practitioner. I am a best-selling, award-winning cookbook author. I'm a frequent TV guest expert. I'm also the mom to two boys, which is, I always say it's like my most insane job yet because, a baseball just went through my windshield this week because, hello, boy mom. Um, And really, what I do is I help people live in their bodies in a way that they can deeply respect them, feel good in them, feel like their healthiest selves, whether that is coming from releasing weight, shifting in body composition. And I work in many different ways to get there. And something else I like to say is like, I help everyday people become peak performers in their life. So, not Olympians, like everyday people, parents, and, truly just who want to up level their health.
Totally, totally. And you do such a good job at it. I know you always need to, like, you do such a good job at it. And similar to me, where you tell me, Christy, you could do all these things. You could do all these things that you're so skilled at. And that's what I love so beautifully about working with you for so long. It's been such a privilege to watch you craft your expertise and craft what you want to be known for, and craft, like, I could do all these things, but this is what I really want to do. This is what I really want to dive into. And it's been so beautiful to, usher and support you and watch you in that path of choosing that. Because when you are so skilled, you can do so much, but to do what really fills your heart and your soul is priceless.
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. And I feel like it's true. There is so much I offer to my clients. Like I see things everywhere. I feel like I'm now just a bird or some kind
Yeah.
of animal. I'm like, okay, I see you this area and this area and this area. And it's very sometimes I have to go, Tamara, this is their priority goal. Like
Yes.
focus on this, which I actually really learned from you of, oh, I could help them with like the breakdown that's going on with their kids, but
Yeah.
really, you've hired me for your health. So let's go in this direction and then we can,
Yeah.
navigate that way if we need to. And if that part is impeding your health, then we'll go there.
Totally. Totally. Yeah. No, it's so, so important and so good. And I think it says volumes about also just you and the really staying clear to what you want to do and like continuing to craft it. So I would love to know, if you can, you just obviously we've had a long journey. So let's not go to the very beginning.
Sure.
Because we might be here for a few hours. Maybe let's go back to like, I don't know, a year, 2 years ago, wherever you want to start. Just tell us like, where have you grown in the business? Like, where was the business? Where is the business? And as just anything you want to share about your journey and working together.
Yeah. Well, I'll say a lot has changed in a year. Like a lot for me has changed in a year. And one of the most major things that changed, and this is very recent, is I, was operating under a partnership, under a different brand that had existed for over 15 years. And it was coming to a really natural sort of conclusion of like, oh, we're doing different things at this point, and our partnership doesn't make as much sense anymore. And so my year even looks so much different is that I'm now out on my own. And truly, I will say this with, every fiber of my being is like, I don't think I could have had the confidence to fully go out on my own and really embody my energy and what I do and what I bring without your encouragement and guidance and mentorship. And I don't think I could have completed so well with my business partner and really hold each other in our own, like, you go do you go fly. This is like a form of divorce, but an amicable one. And again, I don't think I would have had that go win-win, go encourage each other, like let each other kind of go
Yeah.
again without your guidance and coaching and mentorship. So like you help me in so many different ways, in the very tangible of like, Tamara, where's your group program at? And how many people are enrolled? And what are you doing? And are you on social media? And are you showing your face? And there's that side of things.
Yeah.
And then there's also really the side of things of like that sort of internal perk of keep showing up as who you are, how you want to present yourself. And so it looks very different. So to go back to your original question, which is, a year ago, I was in a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no longer in this partnership. And I have been stepping into my own so much. And so my programs have shifted. How I work with each client has shifted. My programs have grown. And there's still always like the fear and the doubt, which you totally help me hold and keep going, keep going. Um, so yeah, so a lot just on paper has looked very different.
So different. Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many things I just want to like touch on is first, I think like one of the biggest things, if we actually look at like what's really grown is, and through working together for so many years, I think one of the biggest things is you've gotten really honest about what you love to do. And that is what I saw like led to also letting go of the partnership because it worked. It worked. You guys have 2 cookbooks. You were doing TV things. You could have made digital courses only. Like there was a whole other business that was successful. Like there's so much opportunity. And I really want to name this because it takes so much courage to let go of. And I remember us having those conversations and you're like, it could be so easy. Like if I could just get myself to want to do it, it's all right there. It is so easy. And you chose, which is so courageous, the path of what you really wanted to be doing, what you really wanted to spend your days facilitating in, coaching in, and you were willing to choose the less of what I will say is like you guys had already built all this. It could have just been easy to just keep it going. And you were really willing to choose what you really wanted and not just what is the easiest path, and trust like it does make you money. It does grow your business. It does grow your brand. But that I remember that decision point for you a long time. You're like, this would be so, if I could just fall in love with this, but there's so much more depth that you really wanted to do. And you did it, you wanted to do what you really are capable of doing, which is much more than necessarily just cooking or talking about food, but it was like much bigger than that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, 100%. I completely forgot about that part until now. This is why we need people tracking and holding us. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. There was that decision point for sure of like, I just remember being like, I wish I wanted something
Yeah.
else. I
Yeah.
wish I wanted something else because because it could be an easier route,
Yeah. Yeah.
quote unquote easier route.
Totally. Totally.
And yeah, and so yes, but getting to step into my own and what I do, it's like it fills my cup more than ever. Like I feel like I am filled with so much more vitality when I coach, when I teach, when I lead, when I do one-on-ones,
Yeah.
more than ever, honestly. And it's because I am authentically bringing myself through and I'm not hiding behind a brand. And that I get like again, I credit you so much for this because it just took a lot. It
Yeah.
took a lot of like needing help
Yeah.
to get there.
Totally. Well, in some ways, I find it as, when someone new comes to me or like someone new came in the mastermind or wealthy woman or whatever it is, in some ways, it's easier to start something new because you're like, this is all I got. Like, this is all I got. It's very different situation to be like, I'm a seasoned entrepreneur. I've been doing this for 13 years. Oh, now I'm going to decide to literally leave the thing that I've been building and literally double down on the aspect of it that I love that will require more of me. It will be work, it will be more, but the fulfillment and the payoff of what can be is worth it. And I just want to say again, like, this is the decision that so many people don't necessarily make that you did make. So I feel like we could talk for an hour just on this, but just because there's so many aspects of your journey I want to touch on is what on a tactical level has shifted. So when you first started coming to me for business, I remember you were doing your big 5-day launches. You were
9 day, 9 day,
9-day launches.
Christy.
Oh my God. I remember I was like, and you learned it. You learned like these 9-day launch cycles to get people in. What has shifted in groups, what you've run, what you're doing, just on a tactical level in your business?
Okay, well, on a very tactical level, my launches actually you said this to me. So my launches have shifted a lot. Sometimes they're 3 days, sometimes they're one day, sometimes they're, that's actually the main thing. They're 3 days, they're one day, sometimes they're 2 days, they're no longer 9 days, thank God. But there was something you told me and it stuck with me and it actually has made such a difference, which is you were like, open your mind, number one, and know that it's not just one strategy to get there. Send the emails, send the DMs, contact the people, like follow up, do the launches, book the calls. Like basically don't limit yourself
Yeah.
to one strategy. Obviously you teach, very
Yeah.
strategic strategy. But
Yeah.
I remember thinking that and going like, oh, I don't know. I really learned this like 9 day launch and
Yeah.
follow this pattern and do this thing. And it worked for a while.
Yeah.
And I remember sending one email and I sent one email and I got a response back and it was just like, I want to book a call and work with you. And I was like, wait, what? Like you didn't have to go through my whole 9 day launch cycle? You just responded to my email?
Yeah.
And that really, and again, that was from you being like, open your mind, see how you can keep going. And something that you often always say is like, follow it through. Like,
Yeah.
don't just, cut yourself off halfway, follow it through and see what happens.
Yeah.
And also like the worst thing that happens was like, well, so what? No one responds to my email, or some people now have it at the back of their mind, or so tactically my launches have changed. In February, I had one of my biggest launches yet in terms of the highest paying launch that I've ever had, the most number of people that I've ever had in. And it was more in line with who I want to work with too. So all of these different areas got hit because I was extremely general in the past. Again, being behind this brand, it was a
Yeah.
general wellness brand. And
Yeah.
so I didn't know how to navigate, like, it was like wellness, longevity. And I love longevity. I love metabolic health.
Yeah.
Like everything that has to do with like the body and understanding the body. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
I can eat it all up all the time. But what I really get is, oh, I want to help people release the weight that they need to release, build the
Yeah.
strength they need to build, and do it in the chaos of their
Yeah.
life. And that is a very specific person. And
Totally.
so that isn't just, hey, my doctor told me I have high cholesterol. There's like so many other things. Obviously, I work with that too. So
Right.
just to say, like, it within that, because of it, like I said, biggest launch in terms of numbers,
Yeah.
biggest launch in terms of money, and biggest launch in terms of people who actually said yes to the program.
Yeah. And something I want to point out so huge in this is I'll never forget. So your launch was in February. In December, so one of the biggest things that I feel like we've done with you is you learned prior to when we worked together, these like, okay, 9 days. And it was a lot of like on, push, 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 push. All of our income is banked on these 9 days. This is it. And I remember one of the biggest things we started with is like what I called like a sustainable launch model of like getting people in ahead of time. So anybody who it made sense to, I remember we did that even like the year prior with your launch before summer. And one of the biggest things I want to point out about this last launch is you were, I don't know, in Mexico or some beautiful beachy vacation in December or Jamaica. Where were you? Somewhere great,
Where
beautiful.
was
I
I?
thought
That's a
you were
great.
somewhere on vacation for like 2 weeks.
I think I was in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, Dominican Republic. I was like, some nice beach place. And the thing I want to point out, and this has been one of the biggest things we've worked on, is setting everything up way ahead of time. So you're not in that cookie pressure experience. And granted, are there always more ways to set things up? We're always working on that with you. Like, give ample time, give
Yeah.
ample time. But I really want to emphasize, like, what I've seen for you is such a difference in the February launch. Now you having a masterclass and having like 160 something people signed up is one of the biggest things that I've seen that made such a big difference with not only pre-enrolling people early, but giving yourself the ample time. So all you get to do is show up in those times. Like everything is set up. And I remember people were already signing up for different things in December. And, I remember you even got people into Empowered Health in December and the launch was in February. And I want to really point that out because that has been, I think, one of the biggest things when you're in a business and you're operating under so much pressure, it crashes your ability to think, to see, to
Yeah.
be creative, to want to show up. And that's been one of the biggest things I know we've worked on is, every launch you've had, you've filled your groups, you have people continue. But the biggest shift we did, I remember years ago, was get people in early, set up way ahead of time. So when you are in launch season, make sure your calendar is cleared after the launch week. Like all these little things that actually create the systematic of like, oh, I can do this all year round versus like, I can only do this a little bit because it's so intense and I just want to get away from it.
Yeah. Oh, that is so true. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Everything you're saying, I'm like, that's right. And you know why I forget about it? It's actually it's not that I forget. I implement the learnings and keep
Yeah.
going, but it's because of I just keep moving. And I
Yeah.
think that's the forgetting. It's not like, oh, did I do? It's like, no, integrate, keep going, don't stop. Like, and I think, again, this is something that I've really learned from you and not in an unsustainable way, like a burnout way, but in a like, my capacity is so much bigger than I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so because of that, it's like, hey, there's ample ways to do things. Get the learning, integrate, and just keep going. So I'm in launch now. Like I have a launch next week. And listen, I still feel some of the pressure. It's a launch.
Sure.
There's like it is there, but
Yeah.
I'm not crumbling underneath it.
Yeah. Yeah. 1,000%. And I think and you have your most amount of people signed up for this one
Yes.
with no ads.
No ads. And okay, I'm gonna say another thing, which is also so what Christy is really great at for me and probably everyone else too is getting me to move because I can sit in my avoidance.
Yes.
I love to sit in my avoidance. I don't really love it. Like my higher self is like,
Yeah.
no, get out. But
Yeah.
my comfort self is like, yes,
Yeah.
procrastinate, sit in your avoidance. Like, let's just bask in comfort.
Yeah.
And and you did a challenge with us. And I actually think maybe you didn't create it because of me, but maybe I was like,
No, I
hard.
did. I
Okay.
said, I said, if I create a challenge, you need to like do like a kick. And I said, if I create a challenge, would you do it? And you said yes. And I said, cool. The whole mastermind's doing a challenge then
Yeah. Okay.
because of you.
Great. Yeah. So
And
I
everyone's
love that.
sales are
I
going up
didn't,
now. So
right. I didn't want my ego to be like, it was all because of me. But now that
it
you said it,
was.
I'm like, yeah, it was all because of me. So, anyways, so you created this challenge. And basically we all chose an area. And for me, it was like, okay, Tamara, show up on social media. Like, come
Yeah.
on. Like,
Yeah.
put yourself out there and tell people what you freaking do.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't even a full month. It started like after the month began. I
Yeah.
think it's only been like 15, 16 days, something like that. In 16 days, okay, so I have like 10K, just over 10K followers, and my engagement has always been like, "Meow, meow, 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 meow." I now have a reel that went so viral. It's at 1.4 million views.
Amazing.
Okay. Gained followers, had tons of people sign up for the masterclass because of that reel.
Yeah.
Another reel that is close to like 70K views. Another one that's close to like 20K. And these are all really high numbers for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not only that, but what I got to experience from you being like, go,
Yeah.
just go, is that those vanity metrics are great and sometimes they really do bring things in, but the reels and the carousels that have the lowest metrics almost had the most traction of people messaging me, people like directly emailing me. So I got to really see the range of that and what I got to experience, which was like such a duh moment, but like, hey, when you put yourself out there and tell people what you do, then they know that you exist and they can work.
Yes, yes, yes. And I want to emphasize like you've always shown up, but I think that this is all part of like your greater evolution that you've gone on, which is really owning this like new area and how you want to show up and what you want to say and have like that edge to it. Like the reel that went viral was it was so it had that it was very relatable, but it was also had that edge of like you're doing this like whereas in the past like that would hold you back. And what I love also, I want to point out that you did not say here is that you had the ability that when the reel came in and you're getting comments and likes and people hating and people loving and like the negativity that comes with like visibility, that you were able to stay so neutral and still focus on your launch. And like that to me, when I got that message from you, I was like, that's gold. Because everyone always wants to know, like, how do I, fill my group again? You filled every group that you've had. And it's like, if we really, these are like the secret skills of business that you don't think you need, but it is the thing that actually makes it. And I feel like it's one of the biggest things we've done together is how do you stay neutral when signups are happening, when signups are not happening, when a client wants this and you want to like, oh my God, create a custom package. And I'm like, no, Tamara, these are your prices. These are your prices. You raise them. These are your options, right? And I feel like that's been one of the biggest things that you've evolved in is how to be like, this is my business. These are my offers. These are my prices. This is my focus this week, this month in the business. I'm launching this. This is what's next. This is what you get. And how to actually stay that course, then get pulled by all of it. And that's been like when I got your message about the whatever million plus on the views, I'm like, I could care less about that. To me, you saying that you stayed neutral through all the negative comments and also staying steady with what you were doing for the launch, I was like, that is everything.
Yeah. It is everything. It is everything. And I am a very heart first person. So if someone wants something or needs something, like I can get pulled very easily to be like, oh, let me fix, let me help, let me do. And then same with like the comments. Like there were some really mean comments that I was like, oh, yeah, right. But this is what you were saying that I think I mentioned and you reflected back to me, which was also, I could put up a reel and it can get like apparently millions of views. I can put up a reel and it can get like 800 views. And it has no impact on me because my mission is so strong. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that is actually something I really learned from you of not to waver with the wind and
Mm-hmm.
stay as steady as I can. And that was the same of going back to when clients really need something or want something. And listen, I
Yeah.
still have that a little bit of like, let me, let me hold, let me fix, let
Yeah.
me be, let me, create for you. But the boundaries are a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And what I could get also from all of that social media noise, which to be honest, if that had happened to me like a year ago, I think I'd be like hiding under a blanket. Like I just don't know that whereas now because of so many tools and a lot of learnings from you, I'm like, oh, I
Yeah.
still have to go like pick up my kids from carpool. I still have to go like eat dinner. I still have to, like I
Yeah.
have to live life. So what? You're on
Yeah.
the internet. Great. Hey, are you coming to my master class? Like that's so so it's just like just my way of staying steady and
Yeah.
holding all of life, all of business
Yeah.
has gotten so much better. There
Yeah.
is so much more room for me to grow, which I know you are helping me expand
Yeah.
into. But also, like, I wish people could just like come inside my brain so they could see what I was like before
Yeah.
and what I'm like now.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing. And I think the coolest thing about, again, the journey is just there's so many tactical things that we've done together of like your groups filling every time and raising your prices and being more refined and being really clear of all the things that you're growing. And I think I always say, like, that's great. I care about those things, but it's like what I care about most is watching you run your business differently, watching you show up differently, watching you not get caught in do I do this and do I do this, but like, this is my way, this is my strategy, this is what I'm doing, and really setting that. But now, like, we're setting things up for you for evergreen. And so it's like just flowing, and that you just have this easeful model that works for you. And, it's like you've mastered the launches, and now it's like shifting. And so, I would love you to share just what is it like, I guess, like, what is it like working with me, or what is the experience as a client? Yeah, would love you to share just anything.
Oh my gosh. Working with you is a gift.
Oh,
I'll just say that truly. Working with you is a gift on so many levels. Oh my God, I'm getting so
I
emotional because
know.
I feel very connected to you. So working with you is a gift for one reason being that I'm completely inspired by you. I'm inspired by how you move through life. I'm inspired by how you run your business. I'm inspired by how you hold people in their highest without letting them like wiggle and, wriggle away. And I'm inspired that you can really have so much capacity for it all. And to me, I'm like, that's what I want. So when I choose like a coach or a mentor or a program I want to be in, like, I don't just want someone who says all the nice things.
Yeah.
I want someone who lives it. And that is you. That is you. So I don't remember. Wait, what was the question again? Oh, working with you. And so truly, like I'm so inspired by you. And why it is also a gift is because I feel like you see me. Like you really see me. And
Mhm.
so when I need spice and fire and
Yeah.
movement and just freaking go and get out of your head and your avoidance.
Mhm.
And also when it's like, okay, that like I actually need a softer approach.
Yeah.
And you're like, you can give me both those pieces and the strategy piece of like, okay, this is how you send a DM to someone, or like this
Yeah.
is how you're gonna set up the launch this time, or this is how,
Yeah.
your AI agent is gonna work, whatever. So I like there is a whole package here
Mhm.
when you work with you. And you are so incredibly skilled at building communities. And even though I'm in the mastermind, which is a smaller community than Wealthy Woman,
Mhm.
it is so tight. It is
Mhm.
so encouraging. It is
Mhm.
so loving. It is so like I am truly invested in every woman there and their success. And like, how often do you really say that about a group program?
Mhm.
So like, you get everything. You get the strategy, but you get the embodiment piece, and you get the community, and you get to up level your skills.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thanks, Tamara. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, just so appreciate it. And I also just want to say a lot of the things that I teach and that have come out is also because you pull it out. You're like, Christy, tell us more about how you're navigating this, and tell us more about how do you read this in a person, and how do you run your programs where like it's so engaged. And, a lot of the things that I also have been able to give you is because you also, you pull it out of me, you ask it. And so it's so special. And I think one of the things that's also like so touching for me about your journey and just your evolution is that how much like I just feel like I've been a part of every aspect also of your life. Like I know what's going on, like when your kids are home, when we need to plan for spring break around it and calls. And like I love knowing like what's happening. And that the moment you come on a call, I know what kind of Tamara I'm getting. I know. From the moment I see the look on your face, I'm like, okay, we're gonna work with that. We're gonna work with that. How do I need to run the group to help this energy move and this energy move? And I just want to say, like, I love that I know you like so intimately as a human, like can read you and also know your bigger vision and your business and hold you to like, okay, let's be focused. Like this is the strategy and this is it. And so I would also love you to just share on, just what the community and I know you've popped into Wealthy Woman, you're in the mastermind. Like, what is the experience like as a, participant, client, all of it?
Well, the experience is that it is a place to learn, a place to engage, and a place to feel so much encouragement, and also not just encouragement, but like feedback that's needed from you, but from everyone.
Yeah.
And I think what's so great is you attract really incredible people. And so within the mastermind community itself, like as I said before, you really see me. I'm like, I think I see everyone in the mastermind, and I vice versa. I think they see everyone too.
Yeah.
And so they can see, when I come on a call and I'm like in my feelings, and they also see when I'm in my power, and they call me out on it, and and like it's like you have created leaders in all of us. And so we can actually help and lead each other through it and hold. So that's so amazing. It's like, obviously you are our teacher, our coach, and you are leading.
Yeah.
But you've empowered each of us to be able to do it for ourselves with each other. And again, that's really unique. That's really unique.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think a lot of how I lead every program, like Wealthy Woman and the Mastermind, is just I've yet to find an environment like that in business where we get the strategy and the personalization and the support on like an embodiment level, but on a strategic level. But then also where it's not just like a fluff group. It's not just like, woo, that's what I love about our community. It's not just I got my reel went viral. It was like, I worked through some shit and I'm still showing up. I remember one of your messages, like I was on TV and then I went and picked up my kids and then I had my group the next day. And like, that's the win, like the fullness. And that's what I love is like, every woman is going for, yes, the business, but the fullness of their life. And it's so cool because everyone has a brilliance in their life experience. And that's why I'm like, yes, I'm leading it, but it's not just me. I'm not the only one providing input and wisdom in it. It's like, there's such a collective wisdom. And I even think so much of my life, I bypassed, I feel like so much pain and challenges because I learned from people who went through experiences that I haven't gone through. And I think that there's, just such a value to how everyone supports each other, along with obviously, I have a very strong pulse on you at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very I'm right there with you. But I guess anything else you want to share or anything like if people are thinking or considering or just any details or anything that's still there for you.
Yeah. Well, I would just say if people are thinking and considering, it's like, why wouldn't you? Like, why? And because I'm just like, what? You think you're going to do it on your own? Oh, great. Let's see how you are in 6 months. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm just, I get so much mentorship and coaching in so many areas of my life. And
Mhm.
actually, this was often led by you because we need people. We
Yeah.
need people to hold us, to push us, to sometimes maybe like redirect us, to
Yeah.
encourage, like all of the things while building the skills. Because it's one thing to learn how to do something, it's another thing to actually do it and then not take yourself out because of all of your patterns of fear and doubt and like, is it going to work and past experiences. And so
Yeah.
like that's why working with you is so important to do that. So and in my head I'm just like, oh well, why wouldn't you sign up and then like see how much better it can be.
I love it. So good. It's so good. Yeah. And the cool thing also that I just love about, your journey and just everything is also, you've just been so open. And also one thing I want to say is, all of your like being methodical is like we've very much have been very methodical also about what we're building for you and how we build it. It's like even stepping into Evergreen, it's like, okay, cool. I want this model where like people can come in and the program's just running and you're not needing the launches. And so all of these things that I feel like has been it, but it has taken you, what I see is like you've had to trust yourself so much that you can really have what you want. And yeah, we need to build it and put the strategy in place and the pieces in place and the structure in place. But having that support and having that clarity of what you want and not settling out of fear, right? Not settling out of what's comfortable, but really playing the long game for your life and your business and, being a mom, like is amazing. And also the other thing I want to point out, like you travel all, like you and your family go on vacations all the time. You have like 2 weeks off when all your kids, like you go 2 weeks here and 2 weeks there. And I just really want to name that because I think one of the biggest things is like you really make your business work also for like your family comes first, a
Yeah.
1000%. And that is very clear. And I love that about you because I know, okay, cool. When Tamara says like she's on vacation, it's like, don't expect her to do anything unless we can give her very simple things. Or like when she's like, if we plan around your vacations, and that's what I love is like, that is very clear for you that your kids and your family come first. And what's been really cool is as they've gotten older, you've put more time into the business because they don't need you as much.
Yeah.
And so it's given you more time. But I just want to name like like a few years ago, you had way more limited time and you're still working your business and you still work around your kids. And my child is home. I mean, I remember, one of your kids in the background on our calls and like that I love that that is something that I think is just so ingrained in you. But I really want to point out there's not sure. Are you a human? And like, do you have moments of like, I wish I could put more time to this or have more time for this? Yeah, we all
Oh
do.
yeah.
Right. But you really make like your family life is so amazing. Your kids are doing activities and vacations and all the different things, and you make it work, and you still run. I mean, you're at the go vacations at the beach a lot. I love seeing all your.
I don't know that I go as much as you're saying, but maybe, okay, I will say one thing about this, which is
Yeah,
so true. I remember because this is a challenge of mine, right? And
yeah,
it's a challenge of many parents, especially
yeah,
moms, especially entrepreneurial moms, of like,
yeah,
oh my God, I've got my family, I've got my business. I do not know how to get to pick up. I do not know how
yeah,
to, they have 2 weeks off of school. I
yeah,
don't know. And we're going away. And how do I do this? And it's amazing that we're going away, but I have a
yeah,
business to hold.
yeah,
So one thing that I really learned from you is like, make it work for you without dropping the energy of it.
yeah,
And when I went away in February, I had just opened my group program. We only had one call and then we took a full 2 weeks off because I was away and I just knew I couldn't show up the way I wanted. But I got so creative. I was in the chat every single day. I was sending audios every single day. I was
yeah,
doing check-ins. Like I really learned, and this is a part that you keep saying, like get
yeah,
out of my own limiting box of how
yeah,
things need to look and open your
totally,
mind to see what can work. So
yeah,
I'm so appreciative of that
yeah.
too as a model. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. It's so good. And I think that that's the biggest thing because I remember even with your launch, you're like, I need to start my group so much later. And I was like, no, you don't. Just make it work for the vacation, make it work for your life. You know, I remember someone else in the mastermind went away for 10 days and it was like, great, let's set it up ahead of time so you can take off, you know? And I think that that's the thing that is so important because that's very real, you know, like some people have a really hard time taking time because of that. And I think that you do that so well of like being there for pickup, you know, being there to get your kids ready, making the dinner. Like you love cooking. We're different. I'm not a cooker. You're a cooker.
I'm a prep. I've switched my ways a little. I still cook, but not
Okay.
daily. It is a Sunday meal prep now, but yes.
Okay. Okay. But still, like you know, you value those things in your
Yes.
family, like dinner together and all these
Yes.
things. And like you're not missing dinner. You're picking up, you're the one picking them up, getting them ready. Like there's so many things that you're doing and that your family's enjoying and going on this like trip and all the different things. And you're able to make your business work and go through transitions and show up and set it up. And I just really want to emphasize that because it is so huge. And I think one of the big thing that like pulls at a lot of mom entrepreneurs, especially.
Oh my
So
gosh, yeah.
it's very real. So, okay, we're going to wrap it up. Any last thing you want to say, share, anything?
I just want to say I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful that you evolved into business so that I can reap all of the benefits and stay in your world. And I'm just really grateful.
Oh, thanks, Tamara. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I appreciate it so much. And I also, I mean, like literally the mastermind is because of you. You were the first person. I just made it up. You were like, I think we need this. And like, you've been in it ever since I think it was like over 2 years ago. And like, yeah, so thank you because a lot of my business has also evolved. A lot of my business has evolved because you've been a point person where I'm like, what do you want? And how do I create it? And so I just want to say also like, thank you to you because you've formed so much of what I do. Cause I've always said, I'm like, Tamara's my client. I'm like, how do I keep growing more of this? I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, truly.
Thanks.
Yeah. And thank you for doing this and sharing your story and everything and our experience together. It's a pleasure. And I'm sure we'll have more. Give us a few more months and we'll have so much more.
Oh yeah. Just wait. That's how I will leave this. Just wait.
I always leave a lot of times. Every time I ever hit like a big win in life or like business, I'm like, I'm just getting started. Like
That's how
this is the floor.
Oh, I'm on the floor. I'm in the basement right now, okay? I don't know if you have basements in California, but here we do. I'm in
We
the
don't.
basement.
We have attics.
Mathematics, yeah.
But yes, there's the basement, there's the floor, and we're just going up,
Yeah.
which is amazing. Yay. All right. Thanks so much, Tamara. Thank you.
Thank you.